Welcome back.
How about a quick tour of the facilities to refresh your memory?
That'll be lovely.
Let's start with your living quarters. Follow me.
Quarters? Not a house? Come on now. Do I get paid?
Brave citizens of New Los Angeles, good day. This is your Director General, Maurice Chausson. Today, I once again come to you with news I am truly delighted to share. Yesterday, we repatriated 10 more White Whale crew members. These fellow pioneers will rejoin our ranks as citizens of NLA, bringing with them skills and know-how that will bolster our ability to survive and indeed flourish here in our new home. This, of course, is only the latest success in our continuing efforts.
Director General? Since when?
For the rescue and recovery of
2 days ago,
all our
ma'am.
brothers and sisters. I stand here truly humbled and grateful.
From political aide to director general in just a few weeks. At this rate, he'll be emperor by next month.
And a better tomorrow.
Irina? Gwyn?
Nice work out there, ma'am.
I'm gonna go with show interest. We'll be more polite about it. Look, puzzle does interest me though. Be like, where?
Right. Introductions. Irina Akulov, Gwyn Evans.
This one of the survivors, Colonel?
The survivor. I only found a single pod intact at Starfall Basin.
Wait, what? What happened to 10 more crew members?
Come on, seriously? Chausson was never one to let the truth get in the way of a good speech. Still, every last survivor counts. You can call me Irina. I'm with the Interceptors.
Me too. Same division. You can call me Mr. Evans. Or just Gwyn.
Gwyn it is.
The three of us were in the Coalition forces together, specifically the Special Operations Heavy Armor Training Unit, aka the Skeleton Crew. I was a colonel and Irina a lieutenant. Gwyn was a more recent recruit. Of course, I keep telling them we don't need those old ranks anymore now that we're here.
You're still Colonel to me, ma'am. No reorg will ever change that. And that's not about chain of command either. It's about respect. You've earned it.
And the award for best ass kiss goes to...
It's just respect.
Well, I'd remind you both the ma'ams aren't necessary if I thought you'd listen.
All right, ma'am. We should be getting back to work. Until next time, Colonel.
Right. We should be going too. The administrative district isn't far. That's where you'll be calling home. For now, anyway.
Nod. Feels so empty at this point. Chapter 1. New Los Angeles. Central Industrial District. There's the music. I was like, where's the music? I like the music. Lucy!
There you are.
Are you a survivor who's found asleep in that life pod? I heard you faced a lot of indigents out there. It's like you rolled out of bed and onto a battlefield. Look, I'm no specialist, but if I were you, I'd worry that I pushed my body too far. You should head over to the administrative district for a medical checkup, or at the very least some rest. I don't know what you intend to do now that you're here, but it can wait until you're taking care of yourself. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, just straight for the key events at this point. Look at that view. Got mechs. Feels weird without music. Like it's... the scene's lacking or something. Can you even drive that fast? Like legally? You wouldn't see anybody in the road at all, would you? Be like, poof. Like, what was that? Speed bump? I'm not sure.
Damn it!
Only one Monado clip in this game, okay. Where did the other one go? Why change that? Like, that's gotta mean something, right? Like, why go from 1 to 2?
Look, I know what exhaust smells like, and it was exhaust in the cockpit. Just check the ductwork, would ya?
Oh, I'm checking. I just seriously doubt... Hey, look at that! The intake exhaust bypass is reversed. Oh man, it's a good thing I caught that.
You caught that? You're the one who cleared me to fly!
Everything okay? It's not like you to flub a flight check, Lynn. Good thing you had a rugged pilot like Doug at the controls.
Oh, hey Elma. How'd it go out there? And would this be one of the you-know-whos?
Hello.
Cool. I'm Lynn Lee Koo, mechanic and top all-around fix-it gal for Blade.
I kind of... we'll go with a look worried. But it's very much a case of like, I like her slight design change. Like, yeah, it's more in keeping with what we know from the other Xenoblade games. It's like, yeah. But why the change to one hairpin? Like, there's no reason to do that if it's just a straight up definitive edition. It's like, just like, oh, we've released it again. It's like the change they made in the first Xenoblade Chronicles definitive edition, where it's like they just changed up the key on Alvis. It's like, that means something. Like, that's significant. It's gotta be something, right? Anyway, look worried.
Yeah, well that, doesn't usually happen.
We know it doesn't, Lynn. Look, I know what you're thinking. But believe me, young as she may look, and yes, she is young, she's actually one of our top talents.
Most of the time, that is. Most of the time.
Anyway, you guys heading back to the barracks?
Yeah. Why do you ask?
As long as you're here, why don't I take you on the transport? It's a great way to see the city. I'll give you the grand tour.
That sounds like a great idea.
All right, Doug, I think that'll be all for today. You can clean up here and dock the Skell.
What?
Don't mind the exhaust. I'll take care of it tomorrow.
Don't mind it? Wait, why am I cleaning up your mess in the first place? Lynn! Lynn!
You know why. Because you can't be bothered. Oh! I like the moniker Drifter, like, alright. Changing party members. You can change your active party composition from the main menu active members. There you can select allies from the reserve and add them to your active party or swap them around. Please note that there are times when you will not be able to change members. It's like, let's get Lynn in then. It's just me, it's like, I may be completely wrong on this. Wasn't Lynn spelt with a Y previously? I don't know why I remember it that way. Like, it, again, maybe completely wrong there, but remind me if I'm either right or wrong. But I'm leaning towards wrong. But it could easily be something. Again, it's that sort of thing like, wait, I could easily be like, wait, am I misremembering there was 2 pins? Like, no, that I remember, there was 2 hairpins for the Monado in her hair. Now loading. Doo-dee-be-doo-doo. I mean, I could just walk. It's not that far.
Not bad, huh? You can see everything from up here.
It beats walking, that's for sure.
The best way to see NLA. I never get tired of this view. It's like a different city every time.
It's certainly come a long way in the last few weeks. But there's still so much to be done.
One day at a time.
Speaking of which, we don't really have time for a full pleasure cruise here. Why don't you give us the express tour, Lynn? Just the highlights.
Okay, you got it. New LA is divided into 4 districts. We departed from the industrial district, where Doug and I were conducting the flight test. It has food production, skill development, you know, industries and stuff.
It's also where the West Gate is located, remember? Expect to pass through there fairly often. The only other gate out of the city is in the administrative district, but I'm skipping ahead.
Next is the commercial district. Restaurants, galleries, cafes, clothing, groceries, you name it. It's a veritable shopping paradise.
That's Santa
The
Monica.
CD is the closest thing to a downtown we've got. It can actually get pretty crowded sometimes.
Well, by NLA standards anyway. Day or night, the best and only bargains on the planet. To your right, the residential district. Housing, housing, and more housing. Well, plus a nice park and the cathedral.
If you're ever looking for quiet time alone, or want to relax and unwind with a good book, that's the spot.
Right? The park is my favorite place to just zone out and chill. And last but not least, our destination, the administrative district, the nerve center at the heart of NLA. Note the distinct dual-level structure here. The upper level holds our administrative tower, home to Blade HQ and the government. Not to mention Armory Alley as well as the Barracks where we live. The lower level there is a hangar complex for Skell maintenance and repairs.
You'd think you'd question the percentage, but
And this concludes our tour. We will be landing shortly.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll save the rest of orientation for once we're back at the barracks.
Blade. It's a shame we never get to fly one of these little helicopter things on the left. Oh, I suppose the one on the right as well, but, you know. Or do we know?
Enjoy your stay in the administrative district, and thank you for flying Linley Airlines.
Right. Let's get you over to the barracks. Then I should file my report. They'll be eager to hear the details on how I found you, I'm sure.
Well then, we better not keep them waiting. The barracks are pretty close, actually. They're set up just behind the giant blade tower here. That road there wraps around the left side and leads right to it.
We'll pass through Armory Alley, but let's not get sidetracked, okay? We can check it out later.
Armory Alley. Trying to remember what some of the symbols on the map mean. Now, obviously, we can scan that over there. Really? And the
Yes.
icon for the stopwatch or the clock or whatever. Like, we know what that is. That's to change the time of day. But, Is it? Just try to remember. Ah, there we go. I obviously can see the shop, but it's like... What?
Really?
Really? Is the magnifying glass over here? Because I can't remember what the magnifying glass is. There's something to scan at least. Should run. There's Gus. Just learn mechanical field skill to sort that. Yeah, because Gus up there, he's got a little icon next to him.
Hey.
Ah, alright then, we'll check it out later. Although you've got a symbol next. I don't remember them having symbols next to them. Like Lara there. See if we can go to Armory Alley this way. Boing. Boing. There's Armory Alley. I mean, I know what the symbols are, but I don't remember them having the symbols.
What?
Ask Greta on her opinion on xenoforms. Inquire.
Well.
After the horrible fate that befell Earth, some humans have come to resent all xenoforms. But as a scientist, I'm always eager to see examples of life forms who acquired intelligence through a different evolutionary path. From what I understand, they found ruins throughout the planet that suggest intelligent life existed here previously. I always relish opportunities to encounter the unknown. What about you? I suppose. Do you still have your icon? Yes. I'm sure we'll find out a little later. I genuinely thought you were naked. I was like, what the? Why are you naked? Like, where? Oh, that bit of the music, like, ooh, yes. Aha! I was gonna say, like, there's something to scan around here. Shasha! Lovely. Doom 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 boom boom. Right, let's get to the Blade Barracks. There we go. The music, love it.
And here we are, the Blade Barracks. Consider yourself our guest until we finish getting you registered. Feel free to come and go as you please.
Look away. Show interest.
I think I can answer that one. So, you must be the latest rescue.
Secretary Nagi.
Ms. Koo. Chipper as always, I see.
What can I say? Pep is my middle name.
I ran into Doug Barrett on the way here, and he didn't seem quite so upbeat. Anything about today's flight I should know?
No. Nothing to worry about.
Good. Be sure it stays that way. More importantly, Elma, you found another one. Excellent work out there.
Just doing my job, Mr. Secretary.
Now, as for officially registering our new citizen here...
Why don't we talk inside? There's a lot of ground to cover. It could take some time.
Ah yes, of course. Forgive me. You must be weary from the stasis and your journey back to us. Please, after you.
I'll put on some tea.
Oh, lovely. Always enjoy a good cuppa. I mean, it was raining earlier. It's kind of perfect. Anybody gonna say anything? Hi.
Allow me to formally introduce myself. My name is Kentaro Nagi. You may remember me as Captain of the White Whale, but now I serve as Secretary of Defense here for New LA. The provisional government has charged me with keeping the peace, so all military and police matters fall under my jurisdiction.
He's also my superior officer. And he'd be an excellent person to talk to when you're ready to start looking for work.
What about a job right here with Blade? She seems capable.
Let's give it a little more time. At least until she knows enough to be able to make an informed decision.
That could be a Blade.
She seems to be suffering from some form of memory loss.
Memory loss? From the stasis?
She could barely remember her name, and nothing at all about what happened to Earth or the White Whale.
I see. Though, come to think of it, the entire lot of us have only been on this planet for what, 2 months? It shouldn't take very long to get caught up.
My thoughts exactly.
Well then, where should we begin?
Question. Ask about registration.
Ah, yes. All citizens of NLA are required to register their name, age, and occupation. We also ask you report any personal assets and take a short survey regarding your current state of health. All purely as a precaution. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, yes.
As the caretakers of humanity's survival, we all have certain responsibilities.
And hey, it's not all bad. Registering gets you access to all kinds of public services.
Let's ask for more information about Blade.
BLADE is an acronym. Builders of a legacy after the destruction of Earth. Quite fitting, I think. It's a relatively new organization. Up there in space, we had plenty of provisions, and a crew trained to handle the limited amount of situations we might encounter in our travels. But of course, all that changed after we lost most of our ship and came crashing down here on Mira. We needed food, water, search and rescue teams, surveyors, police. The list goes on and on. It was too much for the provisional government to manage on its own, so BLADE was born. The idea was to have one central organization with different disciplines to fill these various roles. Its core was pulled from the Coalition military, so it's mostly former soldiers. But fighting isn't our most important duty. Right now, we have a single top priority that supersedes all others. The search for and recovery of the Lifehold.
Take a look at this.
Ooh.
The White Whale was designed to carry an exceedingly large number of passengers, all of them held in stasis. All housed in a structure called the Lifehold. This is a complete schematic of that facility. Only essential personnel were conscious and active for the journey from Earth. The flight crew, maintenance engineers. And of course, some military so we could defend ourselves if necessary. But the vast majority were in the Lifehold. Are in the Lifehold. With any luck, they're all still there, in stasis, waiting to be rescued. But there's a problem. We now know the Lifehold broke apart along with the rest of the ship when we came down on Mira. What we don't know is exactly where all the pieces landed. Not very comforting, I know. Blade's top priority now is locating the missing units.
I like how it just ends with like no one discussing that point, but okay. Inquire.
It started at the end, 2 years ago. The end of Earth. The casualty of a battle between two hyper-advanced alien civilizations.
Couldn't they have done it somewhere else?
Their technology and weapons were beyond our comprehension. We were like infants, naked, powerless. The Earth was reduced to ash and blown away.
I still wonder if I hadn't been there. If maybe all of this could have somehow been avoided.
No one can know that, Elma. What we do know is without you, there'd have been no Project Exodus, and no escape for any of us. Did it go perfectly? No. But we are here, and we are alive. We survived.
Yeah, so what did that mean?
So yes, Project Exodus. Once we learned the Earth might be threatened, we needed a plan to preserve all her various life forms. That plan was the Earth Life Colonization Project, otherwise known as Project Exodus.
Those of us who escaped on the White Whale spent over 2 years wandering in space. 2 hard years. But we clung to our mission, find a habitable planet, and settle there. We had no idea how long it would take. Or that the decision would eventually be made for us.
The xenoforms found us again, and, well, it wasn't a happy reunion. Earth wasn't enough. They wanted humanity destroyed. For better and for worse, we were close to planet Mira when we lost control of the White Whale. Inertia and gravity took it from there.
The ship had taken way too much damage to survive entering the atmosphere intact. We had no choice. We channeled all the power we had left to soft land the habitat.
Crystal land from the looks of it.
Once the dust cleared, we set to work transforming it into its current state. Searching for survivors, establishing Blade, installing the provisional government. Basically, making it a sustainable city.
In any case, I'm sure this is all a lot to digest. You'll be wanting some time. Ms. Ku, even I'm tired of hearing myself speak. Why don't you take our guest out for some air? Perhaps a tour of the administrative district.
Yes, sir. Come on, we'll keep this briefing brief.
Haha, Chapter 1. Take a guided tour of the Blade Administrative District with Lynn and Elma, and learn more about life as a member of Blade. Truck it. Leave Blade Barracks, yeah. Press R down to display the navigation panel in the bottom right of the screen. This will show you the objectives of your current tracked mission. You can press left and right to toggle the navigation panel category. There we go. Let's have a word with you then, mate. No? As you explore the administrative district, think about what sort of life you'd like to lead here in New LA. Take all the time you need. I'll be right here whenever you're ready. If I remember correctly, people didn't like the music for Xenoblade Chronicles X originally. Then people warmed to it. I can't remember not liking it.
You know, it's not every day we're authorized to let a civilian tour the administrative district.
Yeah, Nagi must really want her to join Blade.
The AD is a bit different from the other districts. It's got everything a Blade would need, all in one place, without any extra fluff.
Get a load of that Skell. Even the way that they walk is so cool. Oh yeah, work it, baby.
It's alright, I guess. Geek out. Gaze longingly at the Skell.
Now this girl gets it. Aren't they just the coolest? Just everything about them. The lasers, the force fields, the bipedal and vehicular transformations. You ever have that dream where you're inside one and it's just transforming over and over and over?
No?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Actually, I don't normally show this to people, but I've been working on some Skell fanfiction. Hold on, I'll just pull it up here 1 sec.
Lynn?
Oh, right. Sorry.
Originally, Skells were developed as a defensive measure to counter potential alien threats. It wasn't enough to save Earth, though. We were outnumbered and outgunned. Still, just look around you. New LA has gone from basically nothing to this in just 2 short months. We could never have come so far so fast without Skell technology. I'd love to get you into one to see for yourself, but it's not that simple.
Well, yeah, duh. For one thing, only Blades are allowed to pilot Skells. And even then, you need a license.
These aren't toys we're talking about. They're complex machines with powerful weapons. And they're a precious resource. We only have so many of them to go around. So yes, as you might imagine, the certification process is a fairly rigorous one.
I'm sure you're thinking, where do I sign up for the test? But it's not that simple. They choose you, not the other way around. You can't just walk in the front door and volunteer.
There is some criteria. The details are largely hidden, but basically, HQ only allows the cream of the crop to take the test. Blades who go above and beyond in their duties, and for the people of New LA in general.
So what do you say? If you become a Blade and work hard, I'm sure it'll only be a matter of time before they tap you on the shoulder.
Speaking of work, that reminds me. Why don't we check out the Mission Control Board first? That's where we take on our assignments.
Good call. Let's head on over.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is like the whole like it chooses you. It's like a kitty. That you're chosen. It's possible. Skells are like kitties.
So this is Mission Control. We don't have a dispatch system yet, so Blades usually choose their own assignments. Everyone comes here and selects from the missions available on the board.
And it's not just official Blade tasks. Anyone with a request is free to post here. Businesses, citizens, whoever.
Yeah, it's basically how anything gets done in New LA, so the board is constantly updating. Just about every Blade will stop by here at some point in their shift.
It's like our second home. You'll always find a number of Blades around here, blowing off steam or browsing mission control for their next assignment.
Whenever I get freed up, I'll stop here first thing to check for any missions I might be suited for.
Likewise. And if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo, that's what the Scout Console is for. We should show you that next.
Hey, who's giving this tour anyway? We also have the Scout Console, if the assignment seems too tough to handle solo. And Elma just said that, didn't she?
Yes.
Hey!
Hey! Alright, Scout Console. Boing. Just a little jump.
Ta-da! The Blade Scout Console. When the going gets tough, the tough go to the Scout Console. You know, to get tougher.
Right.
If you do end up joining us, you'll quickly realize just how important this little kiosk is. A lot of the mission control assignments are too much for any one Blade to handle. They tend to call for multiple members with specialized knowledge or unique skills. This console lets you search for and recruit other Blades to fill those roles for just such an occasion.
You can't spell Blade without team. Sorta. Anyway, awesome, right? So, you ready to join up?
Hang on, Lynn. Take it easy, would you?
What? I'm just saying you'd have to be some kind of an idiot not to want to join Blade. Or maybe a crazy person.
Oh, and here I thought you might be pressuring our guest.
Apology accepted. Now, how about a little shopping? And I'm not talking about the stuff over in the commercial district. I'm talking about Armory Alley.
Let's go get stocked up. Big jump. Oh, wanted a bigger jump. Hut. Hut.
So this street's what we call Armory Alley.
Blades can requisition equipment from any of the vendors here.
I won't lie, most Blade members face danger on a daily basis. Having the latest gear isn't about impressing your friends. It's a matter of survival.
True enough. And that goes not only for your personal armor and weapons, what we call ground gear, but for skell equipment as well.
You can even buy whole skells. Can you imagine owning your own skell? Huh? Oh, right, the tour. I think all that's left is the heart of Blade itself. Blade Tower.
Blade Tower. Can you have thought of a better name than Blade Tower? Hey! Achievement unlocked. Info leather. Leather? Like with a TH? What do you want about, brain? Lover. With a V. I like the gravity being so low here.
So yeah, Blade Tower. When we come here, it's usually to stop by Blade HQ. The higher-ups, like Secretary Nagi and Commander Vandam, will spend most of their day here. The government leaders, too. They're based in the tower. Guys like our new Director General Maurice Chassan, for example.
Blades sometimes report to the leadership here after we finish key assignments. You'll want to remember this place.
And that about does it for our tour. So, what do you think? Pretty amazing setup, right? You can't wait to join Blade, right?
Okay, Lynn, seriously, that's enough. We're not here to make a sales pitch. We just want you to have all the facts so you can make an informed decision to join us, or not. Now that you've seen where and how we work, hopefully it made a good impression, but your decision will be just that, your decision. In any case, let's head back to the barracks. Secretary Nagi will be waiting.
I like the whole, like, you make an informed decision whether or not you'd like to join. Or not. Like, what was that? Or not? It's like, there's a little bit of a pause where it's like, if you'd like to join, wink. Like, alright. Gameplay tips, Elmer's advice. You just woken up. So you can get more tips in gameplay tips. Okay. No. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that, game. Thank you. Isn't it auto-saves on the Wii U version? Try to remember. Or do we only have one save slot? Because I know we have multiple on this. What's that person who looks naked again? Yeah! Boom! Blade! Barracks. Ah, cup of tea.
Honey, we're home.
Yes, very amusing.
Who wants a fresh cup of tea?
Thank you, Ms. Gu, but I can't stay long. I just wanted to pass along a request from your commanding officer.
Commander Vandam? Does it have anything to do with our new arrival?
Correct. He stopped by while you were out on your tour. He said he'll come back, but that I shouldn't wait to ask you.
Here we go. I bet I can guess.
You probably can. He wants to fast-track our new friend here for blade duty with a training assignment. What in the hell are we waiting for? As he put it.
The commander does have a way with words.
Makes even my pitch sound smooth.
I explained about the memory issues, but he didn't see it as a problem. And to be honest, given our current need for blade recruits, I can't say I entirely disagree.
Hey, it's not me you need to convince. Blade service is voluntary, remember?
Of course, and I would never force or coerce anyone. Well, friend, what do you say? Can we count on you to do your part?
I was gonna say, like, I can't remember if we had a refuse option. I'm gonna refuse. We'll see what happens. Shrug your shoulders and shake your head. Ooh. Ooh.
Ms. Ku, how much do you know about life pods?
Life pods? You mean like from the White Whale?
Yes, those life pods. Like the one Elma, a blade, rescued our friend here from. Emphasis on the word rescued. Because if you aren't released, you just sit there frozen in stasis. Forever.
So did you have an engineering question about life pods? Or is this all part of the guilt trip?
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about. Now, what'll it be, friend?
I'm gonna go again, see if it happens. Oh.
Now, you wouldn't want to refuse the people who saved your life, would you, friend?
I would. Oh dear.
You said no, you wouldn't refuse. That's a yes, right?
What? Don't start this kind of game, mate.
You said no.
Oh, okay, we're in a loop now.
That's a yes, right?
Go on then.
I knew you'd make the right choice. Welcome to the organization. Elma, she can start on your team. You'll begin training immediately.
Yes, Mr. Secretary. With pleasure.
All right. Welcome to the Cool Kids Club.
Didn't have much choice, did I? That was funny, though.
Now then, let's discuss that training assignment. We've decided to start you out on a probe installation, just to get your feet wet.
I guess we should back up a bit. Here in New LA, we're using a specialized computer system called Frontier Nav to help us deploy a sensor grid across Mira. A network of data probes that allows us to monitor conditions and collect all kinds of information about the planet.
Expanding that grid and filling in the blind spots is one of Blade's highest priorities. Here, take a look at this. What you're seeing on screen is a terrain map that includes New LA and the surrounding landmass. As you can see, we've divided the area into a series of hexagonal blocks. We call these blocks segments, and together they form our grid. We determined this was the most efficient pattern, given the limited range of our probes. Based on it, we know exactly where we need the probes to go. Now we just have to install them.
The sooner the better, as far as I'm concerned. The Frontier Nav probes can also detect the general locations of living things in the vicinity, which comes in handy if we need to track down a Blade or another citizen.
Yes, quite handy indeed. So for this first exercise, you'll be heading here, to that white segment. Go there, install the data probe, and then come back home.
Got it. East of the city.
In that case, we can take the East Gate out of the administrative district, right? We should be there in no time.
I'll leave the details on the data probe installation procedure to you, Elma.
Of course, Mr. Secretary. All right, you two, shall we?
Yeah! Training or not, let's go install the hell out of that probe!
Woo! Oh, install the data probe. Track. Got some mining probes. Chapter 2, The New Frontier. It's not space. I mean, that's the final frontiers, but yeah. Yeah. This feels weird, genuinely, not having a skell at this point. Like, back to basics, like, oh yeah.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the West Gate.
Hold on. Are we even sure the East Gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigen activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business. One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigen butt, huh?
We'll go with the speculate. Arena and Gwyn.
Wouldn't surprise me at all. Irina's team is one of our best.
How does she know Irina and Gwyn?
We ran into them just before we met up with you. They were on their way out to an assignment.
Well, then that settles it. It must have been them, right? Man, forget this amateur hour probe baloney. Those guys are where the action's at.
I'll try not to take that personally. But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the East Gate, shall we?
Lloyd. We're lingering quite long on the gate. I get it. Oh, this is Eleonora, Blade Support Lead, here to tell you that the segment feature of your map is now available for use. It's displayed on your handheld comm device and is a useful tool with lots of info about Mirror. Give it a look if you're unsure where you are or what to do. Okay. That's not the menu. There we go. Map. There we go. That's where we need to go then. Over there. Righto. How do I get out of that? There we go. What we got in system here? Just it's weird. We could just run around while I'm on the menu. It's like gameplay tips, mirror archives. Let's see about the music because they said I could change that later somewhere. So sound. Yeah, the scale flight music. Is that the only difference in music? So that's the only one that's there. Like, what we got? Arranged lyrics, arranged no lyrics, original. Go with the arranged lyrics then, for now. Why did they only do that one song then? It feels odd. East Gate. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's the bit I love in that music. Ah, so good. So good. These scales came out of nowhere. Level 25 over there. Let's see about taking some stuff on here. Oh, I forgot about the circle. Open fire!
I've got your cover fire.
Shadow strike! Reinforcements! Watch out!
Assault hammer! Oopsie daisy! Fire
Target in
away!
sight!
Surrender myself getting stronger.
That's true on any planet.
Let's put that on ourselves just to be sure. Put that there. Infuriate! I was pulling back and was like, why has it not changed to my machine gun? Because you have to do that, you idiot.
Get control of the battle!
You use an aura! Just waiting for someone to say it.
Nice. Move in and do
Right,
some
go,
damage.
go, go.
I hit
Shadow
hard.
strike!
Oh, yeah, odds.
Down.
Upper hand!
They're about to hit an all-time low.
Appendage destroyed. Move in and strike!
Flame grenade! Yay! We win!
Yay! A hair clip. What? It genuinely feels weird, actually, to be running around again, rather than just getting in a scale. I didn't want to mention that previously, because I didn't want to spoil things, you know.
It didn't have to be like
Like I
this.
said, I'm not going to spoil anything, but now we know we can get a scale at some point in the future.
Edge. We've got the first strike.
That's fine.
Take it play into it.
Side
Fire
slash!
carnival. Infuriate. Flame grenade. Chrome armor.
Well, that seems we did the taunt. Oh! Missed it. Oh, just
Slit
getting
edge.
that.
Upper
Ow.
hand!
Hit them hard for me. Follow me.
Wait until forced. I was hoping that would make that stuff disappear.
Early bird!
I don't think I've got the defense to do the taunt thing at this point, have I? I think that's the issue here.
Shadow strike!
I just haven't got that capability.
Side slash!
I was hoping you guys would take that out in time. Is there a way to force it to do the respawn now? Yeah,
Appreciated.
it's very much a case like, yeah, I've just not got the defense, have I? And back we go. I think that's the issue I'm having with that. It's like, because obviously I have knowledge from later. It's like, I'm still rebuilding some of my knowledge though, and some things will have changed, but I have some. It's like, I'm like, I can take it. Can't. I need my defense up. It's like, I need to be more careful. It's like, I did taunt everything around me on me. So it's like, yeah, bad idea, bad idea.
What? They
I like that. Like we just dropped.
Engaging. Lay down some fire
Look at
for
this
me.
sitting duck. Fire carnival! Soul hammer! Daisy! Fire away!
Fire away.
Green edge.
Stay at a distance for now.
Nice. Move in and do some damage.
When I hit hard. Yay! We win! Hope I
Yay!
didn't get in the way.
At least I got that hair clip. Okay. It's because it's nighttime that we're alerting stuff with sound. Boing. Trying to avoid the ones that I'll alert at this point. East gate. Ooh. Oh dear.
What the hell happened here?
That.
You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad? I don't follow you.
That Sinicula. It's a Tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical Simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one Simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is a Tyrant.
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a Tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula Tyrant sighted not too long ago, but it was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a Tyrant right on our doorstep and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, don't forget why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
And that's why we're here, isn't it? It's easy to just go in and attack it, but we'll inquire about a Tyrant.
The Tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way or another. That doesn't always mean raw strength. Some Tyrants will actually register as low rank when you find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a Tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns. Even some of Blade's very best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a Tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Yeah, we can't just leave it close to New LA.
As long as you understand the risks involved. Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with Tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you. If we can take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any other Tyrant that comes this close to the city from now on. Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This'll be tougher than anything else we've faced.
Alright, engaging a Tyrant is no small task. It's important to equip your best before you charge in. So double check all weapons and gear. Oh, and make sure your arts are ready and leveled up. Okay, that's the first step to becoming a combat master. Yep, now we'll look at that. So, potty, ground gear, Monica. Okay, nothing better there. And that is better straight off. It's like, nah. I mean, actually, it's like, with that greater defense, the physical resistance, I feel that's better at this point. At this point. I'll leave that be. Prototype pants. We're back there. Okay, so... you've only got that. Okay. Yeah, again, we'll go with that. It's about upgrades in future as well. I think that's fine for now. So sort of thing like we get just a slight lowering of everything there, but we'll give that to you. No. Again, just going for basic defense at this point. Okay. And now I want to see about arts. Like that one I just feel like is not really useful at this point. But let's start reordering stuff. So I'm putting physical, not physical, melee over here and ranged and buffs on this side. At this point. But yeah, that one's a bit risky at this point. I almost don't want it there. Almost. Let's see about upgrading you though. Okay, so we need 4 of those, whatever they're called. Is it BP? Expend BP? That's a BP. So that increases our hit scaling, cooldown, get topple 2. Okay. Gotta get the timing on the topple and stuff sorted as well in future. No, I do want to upgrade that. Insufficient. Alright, I get it! You don't have to keep moaning at me. Like you. It costs TP. That is like it costs TP, isn't it? TP cost, yeah. And that raises critical and costs TP. Because at the moment I've not got anything that costs TP. Whereas you do, and I'm going to increase your crit one. I mean, it boosts evasion as well, you know. That just seems like a good one to have boosted. Versus damage, well, damage versus toppled targets. It's like, we've got topple around on me as well, so it's like, yeah. Okay, what's this here? Grants thermal resistance up. Just wondering about myself more than anything. Deals thermal damage, inflicts blaze versus toppled targets, boost damage. I'm going with that. We do it again. We need 12. Okay. So now I'm thinking over here. Where was it? Oh, I was going to say we. No, wait. What am I thinking? Yeah, this one. Grants thermal. No. Wasn't that what that increases thermal damage? Or was that on me? I'm sure that was increased thermal damage somewhere. Did I imagine that? Probably did. That boosts TP, so. What else could we get up a little bit? Let's just get you up. Okay, so we've still got 4 we can use here. I'm gonna get my chrome armor up. defense is an issue for me right now. Right, so Lynn's still got 4 to use somewhere. Yeah, just go with that. I do want that. Okay. We'll check out the fashion gear. Wow. Let's see about changing that up later. Skills? Is there any skill we can get? It's like, what is it? Unlearned. It's like, it hasn't really gone over this yet, has it? So it's like, where was the one that I was previously? Was it Galactic Knight I was after? Where it's like, ah ha ha ha, I am wielding a laser sword. Yes. From Star Trek. Okay. I think we've done all we can at this point. Destroying appendages. I've been doing that as well. Yeah. Additional rewards, that's the main reason.
Didn't have to be like this.
So we got the head, we got the tail, we got the horn. Another horn, another horn. Leg. We'll go for this leg. Let's get you, mate.
We've got the first strike. Fire. Take it in close. Assault hammer.
Assault hammer.
Chrome armor. Shadow grenade. Slit edge. Now
And obviously right now we're not optimized for anything really. Shit, mate. I'll go back to your leg. There we go. Was that the one we were doing? I thought it was... Wait, did I get its leg done? I think that's what happened there, isn't it?
Appreciate when I hit hard.
Oh, no, I hit hard.
Upper hand.
Chrome armor.
Try to remember, what's the yellow circle again that's building up around these things? I can't remember that right now. Again, there's some things I just don't remember.
Move in and do some damage.
When I hit hard. And it's down.
Lovely. Go, go.
Early bird.
I kind of don't want to do that, Lynn. Thank you very much, actually.
Them going.
Right, we're going for its head right now.
Now we're in business. Take the attack to there. Lay into it.
Shadow strike.
Flame
Upper
grenade.
hand.
Ah, failed it.
Slit edge.
Move in and do some damage.
Fire carnival.
That should have dented him.
Done
Move
it.
We are awesome.
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well. You did too. Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up. This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Big spike in the ground.
Okay, the probe should be ready for insertion. I'll just boot it up.
Thanks, Lynn. The top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run. We all set?
Yes, ma'am. Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Persuade? Suggested Lynn should take care of it. Nah, we'll launch it. Show interest and launch the probe.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
Boing.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See, at the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
Yep, planting probes is easy. And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
That'll do it for your training. Let's head back to the barracks and report to Secretary Nagi.
Alright then, so what did we get from that guy? Worn survival goggles. Lovely, some goggles. Frontier Nav probe sites, or FN sites for short, are optimal locations to plant data probes. Placing one will reveal segment recon for the surrounding segments. You can go to main menu map segments to see which segments contain Frontier Nav probe placement spots. I'm Lau. Hello, a Pathfinder. If we're gonna grow Frontier Nav, we need to install more data probes. To plant one, simply approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press A. If you find a good spot, be sure to go ahead and claim it. It's common sense, really. Alright then. And now, all that's left is to report back to base. But first, I'll let you in on a secret. A giant beast like that's usually best engaged with a Skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a Tyrant, is pretty risky. So be careful about such things in future, okay? Okay. There we go. Segment recon shows the details of the tests that need to be performed in each segment. Each category is shown with its own icon. Resolving these increases your survey rate. If there are segment recon tests that still need to be addressed at your current location, a yellow hexagon area will be displayed on your minimap. This is known as the segment marker. The segment marker indicates the borders of the segment you're currently occupying. You can also go to main menu, map segments, then select a segment and press R down to manually display the segment marker for that particular segment on the minimap. Manually set segment markers will be displayed as a blue hexagon area, even when you're outside the borders. So let's see about finding that vehicle wreckage. What was it? Mark the segment. There we go. So we're trying to find some vehicle wreckage in here to get that segment. Once we're done that, what we'll do is we'll finish up the part and then head back to New LA in the next part. Just want to get this little bit shown at first. Ah. Looks like it could be over there. Some of these are very well hidden later on. There we go. There we go. So, if we now check the map, we're done there. Like, obviously the Tyrant we're not doing yet, and that one I'll do at a later date, you know. Anyway, that's us done for this part. In the next part, we'll head on back to New LA, like I said. Just wondering what that red stuff was. It's just lights. It's just lights. Oh dear. Anyway, we'll see you in the next part, back over in New LA at the Blade Barracks. Ta-da for now.